Hey guys, welcome to my November garden tour. Say with me, November garden tour. So as you guys can see, a lot of things are looking dead in the garden. These are my banana trees. They all kind of rose to death during the last frost. But somehow we had like about 2 weeks of good weather and they all started to show like they are coming back. Moving on, I have my citrus trees. We have a Tangelo, orange, and what is it called? Lemon. And my lemon tree. All three of them produced this year, and they produce tons of fruits. We've been picking them for about a month now, and we are excited. We cannot wait. My orange isn't ready to be harvested just yet, so I'm still waiting on that one. On the ground right there, you can barely see it, are my two blueberry bushes, which I actually will be moving to containers soon. And then I have my canna lily on the ground. Along this line, I have some of my peppers, cayenne pepper, habanero, and I believe banana pepper is also along the line. They were all struggling from the frost, but somehow they are still alive and thriving. But if you are wondering what my garden looks like overall, this is what it looks like in November, you guys. Just a month or two ago, there was life all over this thing, and to see that at this stage, it's been a bittersweet moment. As you can tell, I've been cleaning up, hence why there's a big trash can stuff in there. Here is my legged spinach. It's doing well. There's no issues with it. Overall, it's not growing as fast as it could because it's a cold weather plant. And right there, what I am touching is the oregano. I actually will be splitting that in half. I'm actually going to be splitting that in half so that I can put them all over different raised bed. What right here in the picture, this raised bed used to have like bunch of things: okra, habanero, scotch bonnets. There goes an okra right there. Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of random things in there, but because of the frost, some of the tomatoes died, and that's what I'm left with. And then this is one of my original raised bed that I ever got when I started gardening, and I have some peppers left in there still. I probably will be overwintering all of those as well. And that is actually my very, very, very first raised bed, and it's collapsing now, so I don't need to change that out. I do have tomatoes that was growing on here. I believe they were Homestead tomatoes and some okra, but everything is literally giving up on. Like I said, my garden is like deadly alive at the moment. And then I have my raspberry that refused to give me any fruit. And then there's a bell pepper that's still hanging up. I'm hoping it start changing color so that way I can harvest it indoors. Otherwise, I'll probably make some ayamase from it. Or something else. I can figure something out to cook. This used to be my African melon, aka goosey, but it's dead now. And then used to be okra, and I have snapdragon on it. I didn't even know snapdragon can survive the winter. It's just glowing in the garden. Loves the weather. And then I have okra. Some of them are still growing and surviving this cold season that we are in. It's gonna be dropping to the 30s in the next couple of weeks. I don't know how far along I can carry this to go. That was some cayenne pepper that I typically use to make cayenne powders. Ooh, look at that bell pepper hiding in there. I want to harvest that today. And then I can see tons of habanero that are ready for harvest as well. So I'm gonna be doing all of that today after this video. This used to be full of tomatoes that go along the arc, but you know they're giving up on me now. Yo, one time I thought the pepper plant was a snake. I thought it was a two-headed snake. It came from my hot pepper mix, so I haven't tried it or I haven't tasted it to know if it's spicy or not. But will I be overwintering that one? No, because I don't really care for it. But it's in the garden right now, so we will keep it alive until its last leg. And then I have some herbs growing in there. This are my sage. They were struggling earlier this year, but now that the weather's cooled down, it's literally living its best life. It's thriving. So I might move one of them out of this planter to another planter, so that we can get bushier. And I'm heading back out so we can see where we are from the garden. And now I'm coming to this side. This raised bed actually have a whole bunch of peppers in there, like mini pepper that I used to like typically fry egg or do saute. Like if I want to do like a hot pepper mix or like a mixed pepper thing, that's what I use. This is my Nigerian okra. It was very tall, and from the last frost it died. And I see that there's a little okra growing on the top over there, so I'm actually surprised. I have my Rosella hibiscus right there. It was way bushier than this, but I lost some to the frost, and then I trimmed them off, and now the ones on the floor will survive because the one on the top was taking all the damage for it. And here is my jute leaves. Somehow it looks like it's deadly alive as well, but I actually will be moving that from there to a bigger raised bed for next season. Here is my mint. I have spearmint and peppermint. I will be separating this out this year because I want more mint in my garden. So I'm going to separate them out into the individual containers so they can live their best life. Hey guys, here's my strawberry bush or plant or whatever. There was just one strawberry plant up there just a couple of months ago, and somehow it has given me a bunch of babies. So my goal is to fill up this stack with a bunch of random strawberries. I killed most of the ones that I had when I moved them during the heat of the summer, but so my husband got me these little baby ones, and so far they look like they're doing great. No complaints at all. Like, they're not stressing me. They're loving the weather. It's like they are living their best OT life. And then this container is my scent leaf. Died from the frost, but somehow it is coming back. So I guess it is frost. Who knows? This year I'm learning new things. Here is another raised bed that has a bunch of cayenne pepper on it, as well as these other ones. So I'm just waiting for them to ripen on the vine before I take them indoor. I do have some habanero in here as well. Once it ripens, then I will take it indoors, or whenever it starts to show signs of ripening. I have some more scent leaf in this container, but overall, eventually, I want it to be all strawberries. This used to be my okra always, like I used to call it. So I have cut all of those off for the season. They're done. The only thing left in there now are just herbs, and I need to find a day to get all these clips out of there and refill the raised bed and amend the soil so it's ready for next season. Over here is my water leaf. Somehow this survived the frost, so I'm gonna do my best to protect it and keep it alive for next year. But I don't know. We'll see, y'all. This is one of the raised bed that is still living their best life in the garden right now, and it is full of carrots and some sage, and I think there's a pepper in there somewhere, but it's not stressing me, so I'm just ignore it and just let it keep thriving. I do have a random sunflower growing in there as well. Here is my lavender bush, you guys. I got it from Lowe's clearance sale, and it's doing really well. That little one I showed you was actually thyme, and right here is my lavender. It smells amazing. I can't wait for it to flower again. And there's some Lego spinach that I have in here. It's just random. At some point, I just randomly started putting them everywhere so they can drop their seeds. That way, every year I have something just automatically coming back. That's some basil that I have in here. And then this is my raised bed. I add my Nigerian cayenne pepper in there called Shumbo. And then this is the raised bed that my husband made me. It's so big. It's like one of my biggest one, and it also contains tons and tons of cayenne peppers that I'm also waiting for it to ripen up. I do see a little mini bell pepper right there. It's a sun bright pepper, and I think it turns yellow, like bright yellow whenever you get it. Moving on, you guys, if you follow me, you know that I am extending my garden you can tell where there's no gravel all the way to the back is what we did this year. I have a series called my garden extension series, so you can follow up on the extension and how it's going. But I do have some plants in some of the raised bed that I've gotten started. So the very first one right there is full of scent leaf, simply because I just wanted them to get rooted and have better structure for next year. And then I have my herbs container in those little containers as well. Same reason, they were in the stackable $3 containers, but I needed them to have more space so they can get bushy and full. So here, like I said, I had the scent leaf, and then right there in the middle I had some Lego spinach that I moved there because I want them to die in there and drop the seeds, so that way automatically I get volunteers next year. And here I just add some herbs that I put along the borderline, so that way for next season when I plant stuff in there, I automatically have pest control. On this new Vigo raised bed, I have onions on the left side, and then I have garlic growing on the right side, and I will be mulching over that today, so that way I can have it protected for the winter. And then for this middle one, I actually will be adding onions to that this week, and then I also have some thyme and oregano growing in there as well. Herbs help prevent pests, so that's my goal. This will end up being my jute leaf raised bed for the season. So right now, I did put some seed in there. Hopefully hoping that next year they will voluntarily rise up again, and I don't have to do much work. The goal for this season is to make sure that everybody have that designated space. So this is the raised bed that I'm recently starting. So as you can see, I have shade cloth I have a structure over there for the shade cloth that used to be in my garden. But since I'm extending, I will need to find a way to extend all of this all the way to the back, so that way I'm shade cloth ready for next year. So there's still tons and tons of work that needs to be done. So feel free to follow the YouTube channel as well as my Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, where I post all about my garden and what's going on. Over there is my greenhouse, and I have some peppers just chilling there as well that either need to be overwintered or move into the greenhouse so I can keep them alive all the way to January, probably March, up until March. But yes, this is what we are looking like now. There's still tons of greenery, but we are hanging in there and hoping, that we survive this month of November. As we enter December, we are grateful and we are thankful. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.